But when you begin by defending, then you find that...
Why do you have money?
Give it to coach. Give it to coach.
You become like Nakim Daka.
You want to give them
You don't pray a lot of
It's already finished.
Yeah, that's the way I did.
What was the time?
What time to time?
24 is the youngest player. We don't think that he's the youngest.
That's why I said, you guys, not only that. One side, everyone, there's one more thing. One thing I saw is everyone complained about
up in the air, but they go off the mark straight away. It's the second game of the match day number 4 here at Nyakasura Cricket Ground. And the match is happening from the heart of Poto Tourism City, and it's Aga Khan taking on King's College BUDO. We saw BUDO losing their 4th game of the tournament, having succumbed to Nyakasura. But earlier, other toss, the captain from Aga Khan High School won the toss and opted to field, knowing that King's College BUDO haven't really had an edge on the batting, especially no batter from King's College BUDO has gone on to score some good runs. There hasn't been a team effort with a bat from BUDO. The captain from Aga Khan there opts to have a ball first and hoping that he can do so much better with the ball. Given that they have lost 3 games that they have played, they looking to get their 2nd win in the tournament. They've only won 1 game out of the 4 that they played, and King's College BUDO are yet to win a game in the tournament. The captain has opted to open the bat and has already gotten 3 off 1 together with his partner. Again, struck hard off the back foot and will get the first boundary there. Much needed boundary for the captain. Mugwanya, who really looks to be in a good shape in the afternoon here, having really not been able to score runs against Nyakasura in the morning. He has now given himself a chance and is backing himself up for any delivery that is given with their trying to maximize on the loose deliveries from Shiri, rather from Aga Khan High School. And that ball there, Yag with the ball, already 4 balls, 4 runs from the balls. Much better delivery this time from the young man. This time aiming for the stumps, bowling it quick and full to get a dot ball there. It's a much better start for King's College BUDO. They will be hoping to get their first win of the tournament. They're standing at the bottom of the table standings, and Aga Khan High School also being in the 3rd bottom place from the table. But with a dot ball brings up the end of over number 1 and 8 for no loss. Yaghiri didn't really have a beautiful start, given that wickets have been falling for King's College BUDO in the first over, but this time round, 8 runs from the first over. Changing bowling, the new bowler will come from the primary school end, bowling to Kigonya George, who has gotten off the mark yet and has 1 run from 2 balls. Steaming in is Said. Starts up with a half tracker there, well directed, almost on the body, but beautiful handwork there from Kinyonga, who gets off strike and lets the captain take charge. Telling you, King's College BUDO this time round should look at not accumulate so many dot balls. It has been their problem, accompanied with losing wickets. Up and clobbered. Bang is a 6. Short from the captain there. Really maximizes on a loose delivery there. Beautiful hit. And the captain really is putting up the hand. Can see himself backing up for any loose delivery there. Nothing to lose at the moment. They only have to trust their instincts at the moment. And the captain, the tall lad there, Mugwanya, does the well-deserved work. Poor delivery there from. Look at the replay. No bounce at all. Full toss. Just opens up the front foot and sends it over the boundary. Real match there. Much better work from the captain, knowing that you don't have to stay on the crease there, especially on crease, rather on the strike, and you just have to rotate the strike and you get less risks when you're at the non-striker's end. But much work done by the captain there. Rotational strike paramount. I would say it's a call, but there was bat involved, I think. But the umpire says the height is an issue. Beautiful comeback there from Saidi, who has already gone for 8 from 2.4, rather 0.4 overs that has bowled. He will be looking to finish from the top, try and get more dot balls to make sure that he doesn't go for more than 10 runs. 2 boundary raiders at the rope. The third man and fine leg. That would be a Wade trying to bowl further from the batsman there. But in the end gets a Wade called by the umpire. I think you can clearly see that he's really trying to be away from the batter. But my worry is that he doesn't have protection. Even the third man at the boundary is straight fainer to the wicket keeper. Beautiful touch there. Beautiful from Kigonia, knowing that they have already gotten the desired runs of the over. So you don't have to take any other risks. Already 8 from the over, with Wade making it 9. Putting the total to 17 from just 1.5. And that will be another Wade. Too many Wades for the young man there, Saidi. I think he should just go through his over pretty quickly. Not giving out so many extras at the moment. For the two sides that have been struggling, it's just a margin of how perfect you become, especially limiting and controlling the extras. That is a much better delivery from Saidi. Saidi Motashim finishes his first over, and the score is 18 for none after 2 overs. Things are really seeming to be favoring King's College BUDO at the moment. Courtesy of the captain here, who's having 14 runs from 6 balls, striking in at 233. And he will be doing his team a very good job if he manages to play at least 10 overs. He's one of the lads who really keep runs ticking, especially when they're on the crease there. Tries to go for a big swing there. Pitched up delivery, tries to go through the lane of the ball. But doesn't really get a bat on it. But you can clearly see the intent with which he's batting. He really shows you that he is in a hurry. He needs to get the runs scored quickly. Oh, that kept down, really down, bad for the wicketkeeper who doesn't really stop it at first attempt. But good enough, he does a good job to recover the ball. And it's another dot ball, but not the good bounce that you would expect from this ground. This time round, holding from the surface. We saw even that in the later stage of the game between Nyakasura and BUDO, where Larry Tag was really struggling with the bounce. That is a question that has to be posed. Is it due to the heavy downpour there that happened yesterday evening? But with the sun up in the morning, we expect the ground to be drying up. But good comeback from the bowler. Yag Harrier, who has really bowled and executed a good length here, trying to keep the danger batsman there quiet for a moment. Oof. Beautiful movement there, really beautiful. Tries to challenge the outside edge there of the captain Mugwanya, who commits on the front foot there, but little movement on the ball, on the bounce, and is beaten. Really good bowling. I'm impressed by the way how he's managed to come back after going for 8 in the first over. Ooh, clean ball him through the block hole. Beautiful bowling there. Off stump, rattle on the ground. And the captain loses his wicket. Aga Khan High School picked their first wicket in the afternoon. More so for the most aggressive batter for King's College BUDO. 14 runs from 11 balls. Ooh, a little movement there. No commitment into the shot. Doesn't really move his legs. Finds himself away from the ball. And with that beautiful movement off the ground after the ball bouncing away from the right-hander, Harrier picks his first wicket. And King's College BUDO have lost their first and their captain. 18-for-1 is the score. That was a much needed wicket for the captain there. Aga Khan really needed to pick that wicket. He was trying to pose a threat to Aga Khan batters. But now Aga Khan is back in the deal. You can see some field changes there. The boundary radar, the deep extra covers has now been brought back to the 30-yard arc, sending to the boundary only the fine leg, rather third man. For the new batter, Mukisha Morris has just walked on and taking his guard. One more ball to finish the over. Yag Harrier already having 5 dot balls. Can he finish up with a maiden? Oh, wow, he said it's a call. The umpire is really convinced that that was going down the leg. And that's a beautiful delivery to finish the over. A maiden for Yag Harrier. A good over with a wicket. With 3 overs down, 18 for 1. Yeah, the umpire was really good with his decision. You can see the ball really drifting down the leg. Third over, rather fourth over to come. Saidi. Oh, beautiful. Oh, another half chance there. Another half chance goes begging. Kigonya there guilty for pushing towards the ball, not playing the ball late and letting the ball come to him. Really rushing into the shot. Slower bouncer there doesn't really come fast as you would have anticipated. Saidi Motashim bowled a brilliant over. Apish again up in the air, chance of a catch, and it's taken. Another one bites the dust. Kigonya George departs. Things are really turning around for Aga Khan High School. 2 wickets have fallen for King's College BUDO. And it's that bowler in your frame, Saidi, who picks the second wicket. Much needed wicket at the moment. Getting to make sure that nothing easy for King's College BUDO. Look at the replay there. Tries to drop his elbow to go on the onside. Getting the top edge here, carrying to the fielder at mid-on. Completes the catch. He had previously possessed a threat of getting caught and bowled, and now getting caught at mid-on. New batter for King's College BUDO. Obura Elvis is taking his guard, and already 2 balls have been bowled in the 4th over. Said much slower this time round. Much slower. Not a quick bowler, you might say, but has managed to get his line tight and continues to possess threats for King's College BUDO. This time round, falling a fraction short, raising to the toe lad. Another good ball. Only 2 balls left for Said, who first went for 10 runs in the first over, and now has come back and turned things around. This time round, struck hard, a brace at point. Doesn't really stop the ball. And they will get one off the mark. Obera goes. 1 from 3 balls has faced. Oh. One more ball to finish the over. And Mugisha, who has just come in, is taking his guard, knowing that 2 wickets have already fallen for his side. He will need to do something for his team. Try to keep the scoreboard ticking. Be rotating the streak, getting odd boundaries. One thing that they don't want at the moment is to lose another wicket before establishing themselves in. With that dot ball brings up the end of over number 5. Over number 4, sorry. 19 for 2. So many action taking place on the other venue. Masaka Secondary School versus St. John's High School, Kauga. Masaka having 10 runs from 1.4 overs. Shri versus Intali. Shri has already lost 1 wicket in 1.4 overs. St. James Secondary School versus St. John's Secondary School, Mokono. St. James Secondary School has already also lost 1 wicket for only 15 runs. So much, and we shall be giving you updates. But all this action is happening in Porto City. The first time that the UCA Boys Schools Week tournament has been held in the Western region. And even next year, it will be held in the same region to make sure that the sport grows in different regions of Uganda. That's the real impact of, the real implication of decentralizing this tournament. Ooh, beautiful ball there. Really beautiful. Pace and bounce. A carry, beautiful carry to the wicket keeper. Harrier really being quick at the moment and getting that sharp bounce off the surface. He has already picked 1 wicket for his side. You can see the the excitement on his face, knowing that things are going in his favor. Already has 1 maiden and has bowled already 2 balls. Soft touch there, trying to get that gap back a third man area where he sees some space, but doesn't really take me to redirect the ball to that region. But you can see the intent that he's trying to get that ball playing at third man. 2 dot balls in a row for Hugh Harrier. Upish, and this is hit clean. Will it go all the way to boundary? No, it won't. Beautiful running there between the wickets, get 2, but beautiful shot, beautiful pickup. Full presentation of the bat. And 2 they will get. That's a better looking shot. Harrier guilty there for being too attacking, trying to look at that shot there. Trying to go all the way over the screen. This time round, Hughie really comes straight and full presentation of the bat from the batter there. Obora, who already has 5 runs from 7 balls he has faced, making sure that he gets some runs for his side. Another dot ball for Harrier to finish the over. 5 of us down and 23 is the score for 2. Still at the moment, King's College BUDO seem to be in a fair spot compared to how they have been playing in the previous games. We saw them scoring 18 all out. Now having 23 for 2. Isn't that so bad from what we are accustomed to? Better lane there from Saidi, who is bowling from the primary school end. Trying to make sure that he's trying the boundary options, cut off the boundaries, banging the dot balls, create pressure to the opponent, ceaselessly time and in, and sure enough, the batter will try to do something bizarre. 2 dot balls in a row so far. Looking at the dot balls that have been bowled in this game at the moment. This time round, down the leg, the umpire puts, rather the keeper puts in a dive to stop that from going all the way to the boundary. But the umpire says it's a wait. Looking at the dot balls here, 23 dot balls have been bowled already. Those are almost 3.5 overs of dot balls. Phew, they have lost so many overs in dot balls. Shot, beautiful shot there. The work is put in to save that, but nowhere close. And the ball will rail all the way to the boundary. Much needed boundary for King's College. BUDO at the moment putting the score to, look at the replay there, almost on the body and hitting it with power, directing it to the fine leg region there, where the fielder is placed fine, trying to put in a chase there, but couldn't retrieve the ball. Much better play there from Mugisa, who plays it late, trying to get the ball back of the point area there. But a brace at point really does a good job to stop the ball for a single. 2 more balls left in this over. Beautiful shot there, really beautiful. You can see him holding the pose, holding his pose there, showing that he has really played with a straight bat. This is way much better seeing players play like this, knowing that whenever you try to go across the lane, you have a much margin of error. Oh, Wizet is the call, and fully grounded in the crease. With that, dot ball brings the end of the power play, and the score is 28 for the loss of 2. Really, the 2 bowlers in Uganda and Said Motashim have really done a good job for Aga Khan High School to make sure that they pick up 2 wickets in the power play and limit BUDO to a very low score of 28 in the power play. That will really be good for them. And the captain makes sure that after the power play, he brings on a change. New bowler will be coming from the staff quarter end. with the liberty to use 5 fielders at the boundary. But the captain, Abrez, only opts to go for 2 fielders. The third man and Finlay, knowing that the 2 batters haven't really been so bombastic. They have really played with soft hands. They haven't hit big shots to scare the fielders to go to the boundary. So he continues with an attacking field. A dot ball to start with. Kachia is the new bowler for Aga Khan High School. Big shot. Really beautiful shot there. Trying to cut the ball with power. But it doesn't really go through the inner fielders. Extra covers does a good job to stop the ball from going to the boundary. Kachia, they are guilty of giving width to the ball and allowing the batter to give himself room and throw his arms to the delivery. Better, really, this is much better. Love the way how he has played out the onside, how he has cut off the onside, bowling his balls way of off stump, asking the batters to cut, and he has really played off for him at the moment, having not leaked runs through boundaries. The only runs that have been scored off him have been singles. Oh, that crept. The umpire is really convinced that that wasn't hitting the stumps. That was really lethal for Obura. Things would have been even much worse had the ball been in lane of the wickets, especially the impact. Because the ball really held down and crept on the crease rather on the wicket. Not much of the bounce here. You can see almost a half tracker, but ending up on the wicket height. I'll say the bounce is uneven. Look at the replay there. Yeah, that's a much clear view that the ball was going down. The umpire there doing a good job. Oh, this time round up and put down by the wicket keeper. A chance goes begging. This time round gets the ball to raise to the shoulder height for the batsman, Obura. But the wicket keeper, they are guilty for not taking that easy chance, I might say. That would have made it 3. Nevertheless, fortune favors the brave. Obura puts in, tries to pull that ball, and will get away with it. 31 for 2 is the score after 7 overs. Still, pace bowlers will continue. For Shiri, so far things are working out for them. Look at the replay there. Oh, well directed, almost head height. But the captain, Ayana, couldn't hold on to that. Very beautiful piece of bowling there from new bowler comes into the attack. First time, straight away loses his length and lane. And the ball is sent to the boundary for 4. Much needed boundary for King's College BUDO. Obura this same round really gets a much needed boundary to his total, making it 11 from 15 balls. But the bowler Fahad really guilty for giving a freebie there down the leg, no pace on. The bowler just does a roll of his wrists and gets the ball to the boundary. Beautiful shot, I must say. An easy one. Another down the leg. And that will be a weight called by the umpire, Oyago. Oyago, the umpire, they are still confirming that the scorers see it clearly, that's a weight. But Fahad really guilty for giving in extras. Not so many extras we've seen in this game so far. 7 overs have been bowled, only 5 to start off, but Fahad has contributed to. This time round, much better, really much better. Gets his line right and gets a dot ball. That is the lane that he needs to bowl at the moment, given that he has a fine leg now. Even the third man is in play. Long on at the boundary to cow corner as well. Hit hard. Fine leg. Wouldn't stop that. Not well positioned for that shot. A boundary for King's College BUDO comes in. Fahad will have to get a word with the captain there. Even some little fielding changes in your frame there. Look at the replay. Down the leg, opening up his leg, making sure that he's in access of that ball and getting a much deserved boundary. And that is Mugisha Morris, who is cruising in at 14. Mugisha Morris having 9 from 11. But this is turning out to be a very expensive over from Fahad. Only rather 10 runs from it, with only 3 balls bowled, 3 more to go. Again, down the leg, the umpire will show that as a weight. No fielder, the faint leg has been brought in the inner circle, 30 yards to be specific. And now, way down the leg. 2 more runs. With the weight making it three weights. So bad. This is turning out to be the most expensive over so far in this inning. 13 golden from that. The most expensive over was over number 2, where they managed to pick 10 runs. Cut us off 2 weights and a 6. Really bad for Fahad at the moment. Weights are tending to spoil his over that has already been accustomed to 2 boundaries, and now 6 weights to make it 14 from the over. 3 more balls to go. That's a little touch there, but beautiful pickup and throw in is perfect. Nice pickup there. One thing about Fahad is bowling with left and trying to bowl the ball coming back to the right-hander, not bowling with the angle. And that's the reason as to why he has been bowling those weights because he's trying to get the ball to move into the right hander, and in the end finds himself bowling it down the leg. Again, bowling from left arm over, rather left arm round. There it is. Tight angle there for him, especially if you can't control that delivery, if you can't really put it on that perfect length and the perfect lane, it will always go the opposite way that you want it. Much better this time round for Fahad. But you will still have one more ball to go to finish the over. 16 already, rather 17 already from the over. One more delivery. How good can he be with this one last ball? This time round, much better. He should have bowled that delivery all through. He should have gotten that lane. It looks much better from the previous ones trying to bowl on the body lane. That should be an over. No, he has one more ball to go. Whacked on the onside. A fine leg is in play. Only one run that we get. Without one run brings up over number 8, and the score is 49-42. A very expensive over from Fahad. It was 17 runs from it. Now Kachini, who had a beautiful over to start with, will continue from the staff end court, rather the staff quarter end, who gives in a beautiful delivery there. Can see he is not coming anywhere closer to the batter, knowing that Mugisha tries to throw his hands towards the ball. So I reckon that is a much better length to bowl to. Better length and line. Asking him to play a false shot. This one is straight out to the stumps. But that will be another dot ball. Kachi at the moment has a big task with him, trying to be so economical as much as he can, knowing that his failure had an expensive over. So you love to compensate in this over, not leak runs. Try to get as many dot balls as you can, and hopefully Kashia is what he's trying to do. Wow, better, really good delivery there. Much better from Kachia. Kachia Akshat has bowled 1.2. 5 dot balls from his 1.2 overs has bowled at an economy of 2.5. Really good spell for him at the moment. No any extra has been bowled from him. Oh, it's one of the tall failures, you might say. He's trying to ask the batter, is he okay? Because he clearly sees that that was an awkward bounce there. He really didn't intend the ball to bounce that much. And he asked for fair play. That's much better. See Kashia do that. Fair play from the gentleman there. That's what cricket is all about, gentleness. That's a good sign from the young bowler, Kashia, knowing that it's all about the game. It's not about a rivalry. After here, life goes on. So you have to be, ruthless at the moment, but fairness needs to be called for. Yeah, beautiful shot there. Woodson offer. Tries to whack it on the onside where there is protection. Deep extra covers in play. Third man and fine leg are also at the boundary. Those are the two boundary raiders for Aga Khan High School. So far, it's a decent over from Kashia. One more ball left. Only one run picked from this over. But Obura and Mukisha making sure that the scoreboard keeps ticking for King's College BUDO. Really good there from Obura, making sure that they keep rotating the strike. Obura having 13 runs and Mukisha having 12. They have faced a couple of balls, 19 and 17 respectively. But with that single, over number 9 is down and 51 for 2. I think the captain must think of a solution here after Fahad Ali bowling an expensive over going for 18 runs. He needs to make a change. You don't have to keep leaking runs. And so he does, brings in a spinner. Hopefully the spinner does the job that is required of him. At least pick up a wicket at the moment. Flighted up in the air. The keeper is under the ball, but won't get it to his gloves. That's a half chance there from Obura, who tries to go for a slog sweep. Sahil right away starts to possess some threat. But that's one run added to the total for King's College BUDO. Some field changes here, bringing in the flying gully in play. Short fine leg also in position. Extra covers. Straight, mid off, and long on at the boundary. Covers is at the 30-yard mark. Wow, good job. Really good ball there. Bowling it away from the right-hander, making sure that he doesn't get anywhere close to it. Mugisha will be looking for balls that are pitching closer to him and back himself up. But Sahil's making sure that he doesn't give in ball upish, and it will fall short at the fielder there. Beautiful pickup, really beautiful. And the throw was also superb. And one run there they will get. Beautiful running between the wickets between these two, Mugisha and Obura, making sure that even if boundaries aren't coming your way, singles shouldn't be a problem. So far, two singles in this over, but it's much better from Sahil, making sure that he contains boundaries. Three more balls left in his over. Soft touch there, really soft from Obura, knowing that the fielder is at the 30-yard mark, only gives it a gentle push towards point, but won't get a run off that. Struck hard there, really hard. Long on fielder goes rather long off mid off fielder goes on the long barrier, and it will be one run. Singles won't really hurt Aga Khan at the moment. Apish driving from the up, chance of a run out there. There was a little bit of poor communication between the two batters, Mugisha and Obura. But in the end, they make their ground. Another dot ball to end the over, number 10, and the score is 52, rather 55 for 2. If we are to look at the table standings here in the Boys Schools Cricket Week tournament taking place in Fort Porto City, the tourism city. So much action has taken place throughout these 4 days of the tournament. A lot of fun. A lot of talent has been spotted. Teams have won, teams have lost. But we still have this tournament ongoing up to Saturday, where we shall be seeing the finals. And the last person to stand will be crowned the 2025 UCA Boys Schools Week. The winner will be the 2025 Boys Schools Week tournament winner. And you can't predict at the moment who the winner will be, but with time we shall unveil the winner. So much action, so many teams have been participating, but the most interesting are Nyakasura School, King's College BUDO. Not really in the action, but Soka College Muiri has really given challenge so many teams, hasn't lost a game yet, and it shows to be so much in great shape. But also, if you really ginger the contenders and the fourth position in their group really don't seem to be in good shape this time around, but with things unfolding, they can see themselves in a better position if they win all their 3 games that they are left with. But back the action here. King's College BUDO. Oh, it's having 58, rather 59 runs for 2 after 10.3 overs. And the 2 batters that have really been persistent with their wicket Obura and Mugisha. Obura having 17 from 22. Mugisha 15 from 23. They have really led from the front, having lost 2 early wickets. Beautiful shot there on drive. Oh, poor fielding there from Harrier, who tries to go for the long barrier. And again, there is some poor communication between these two batters. We've seen them really not sure of the decision to make. And they are prone to run out at the moment. They're taking things lately. Kasha has bowled 2.5 with only 12 runs scored from his deliveries. Much better. Poor fielding. Really poor. This will go for 2. Yes, they do. But one thing, if you pick up such balls, you either behind the ball. There is no harm for going for the long barrier there instead of going for a floppy fielding technique. 1 run can mean a difference in such scenario where these two teams are all fighting for the win, making sure they come back to their winning track. King's College BUDO hasn't won a game in the 4 games that they've played. Aga Khan High School has lost 3 games out of the 4. So 1 win will mean so much on from both sides. So you don't have to be butterfingered. You have to take everything that is given to you. If it means taking half chances, take them. Stopping balls for boundaries, do. But 11 overs down, 64 for 2 is the score. Looking at the table standings, Shiri Sahajanan is in the first place. Oh! Cleaned him up. 3rd wicket falls. Brilliant piece of bowling from Sahil. Much needed wicket there for Aga Khan High School at the moment. King's College BUDO has lost 3 wickets. Having a look at the replay there, the ball had so much movement, had to move all the way outside off stump and ending on the leg stump there. Beautiful ball from Sahil. 3 wickets down, 64. In 11.1 overs. Back to the table standings as the teams were grouped into 2, Group A and Group B. Group A, Shiri is leading the table with 16 points, having won all the 4 games they have played. St. John's High School Kauga in the 4th, rather than the 2nd, also winning all the 4 games they have played. Gulu High School having played most of the games, but they have also won 4. So having 16 points there. Jinja Senior Secondary School in the 4th, 3 wins from 5, 12 points. Masaka Secondary School and Intare have 8 points in 5 and 6 positions respectively. Kira College Butiki only winning 1, so is Good Heart Secondary School. in 7 and 8 positions respectively. Resort High School hasn't won a game and has played 5 games. New baton Chris goes for the big shot. Really beautiful shot there, all the way to the plantation. Maximum there from Jagenda, a huge batsman he is. Really unacceptable show there. You couldn't see this coming given the fact that they had only lost a wicket. Look at the replay there. Not so full, but with it given, that allowed him to clear his arms and launch after it. Beautiful six from the young lad. Jagenda having 6 from 1. What a beautiful way to make a statement. Just stepping in and scoring 6 with ease. Another big swing there. A fielder is chasing it and will get one. What an intent this young lad is having, Jagenda. You can see that he's looking to be in a hurry and trying to take on Sahil, knowing that he's bowling off spin and he's right-handed. So he takes him on the moment he steps on. Beautiful shot over the bowler's head. Good rotation of straight between the two. Already 8 from 4 balls that he has bowled. They seem to have stepped on the accelerator. And the clutch is already on. 71 from 11.4 overs for 3. Powerful struck. 2 fielders at the boundary will only get 1. But big hit there from Jagenda, who already has 8 from only 3 balls. I love the intent, given that this is the highest score for King's College BUDO. They are looking to put on a big score. If they are to get this win, they need to get past 120 such that things don't easily become for So with that single brings up the end of over number 12, and the score is 7-3 for the loss of 3. And after 12 overs in the comms box, haven't really been alone. I've been with Ivan Cyprian Sajabi, who was really mute in the comms, but welcome back, Ivan. How are you seeing the game? So far, 73 runs, being the high score for King's College BUDO in the tournament so far. Welcome back. How do you see the game, Ivan?
Happy to be here yet again, Fortunate. I tell you, this is a Kampala regional derby game. These 2 teams all coming from that Kampala region. King's College BUDO will come believing that they can pick up a victory here. And I tell you, the last time these 2 teams met, King's College BUDO won the game by just 4 runs. Patel Prashu is the bowler who is in the attack and is welcomed there by a maximum from Jagenda Haruna. I told you Jagenda Haruna can hit the ball. He missed out in the morning game, and now he's coming in this afternoon game. He has a bit of an equal foot, but he's seeing the ball and he's spraying it all over.
So far, we've seen him hit 2 sixes. He's one of a big guy, so you don't have to bowl anything close at him. Look at that, another Widdithon offer. Just lashes onto it and hits it with power. One of the powerful lads in the side. So you don't really have to give him room. Another one. This time Apish, the wicket keeper, will complete the catch. You can see there isn't really perturbed with that. He knows he has done the damage, picking up 2 maximums and will depart for only 14 runs.
I tell you, on that occasion, he didn't quite connect that well. Any edge and Ayan Arwan, the wicketkeeper for Aga Khan, takes that easy catch to make sure that he gets his side the dangerous Jagenda Haruna. Jagenda Haruna, look at that one there. It was turning into him, trying to work it away, but just send it up in the air. And Jagenda Aruna departs. Look at that celebration there. He writes him in his books.
I tell you, even that celebration isn't acceptable in cricket. Even in IPL, we've seen Digvesh being banned for such celebrations. You don't have to do that. It's a gentleman's game. Why do those world celebrations?
Last time these two teams met in the Central Region, King's College would have posted a total of 168 for 7. Jagenda Aruna first scoring 46 in that game. And the captain Edward Mugwanya knocking a half century. In the chase, Aga Khan managed only 164, falling short by just 4 runs. These two sides were placed in the same group in that Central Regional Qualifier, and that was Group A. But eventually, Aga Khan finishing on top in terms of position. She led in that group. Aga Khan was second, and BUDO was just third because they lost out a game to Ndeje, who missed out this year's nationals. Xavier Edema is the new batter in for King's College BUDO. Plays one down the ground, and he will take that single and get off the mark right away.
Going for, rather, despite going for 7 runs at the moment with 2 more balls left.
That's played with power. Akshat chipping in that dive, but the throw not so convincing. He nearly gave away many, but eventually they just take that 1 run. But I tell you something, King's College BUDO will have themselves to blame if they don't go on and win this one. 81 for 4 after 12.5 means you can easily stretch to 130, come and bowl well, and also pick up a victory. So they just need to make sure that they can milk as many runs as they can from here on to get themselves to a position that they can maybe pick up a fast victory. They've already played 4 games and lost all the games they have played so far. But playing the usual side their opponent is facing, I think they stand a chance of maybe picking up a victory. Well, that is a wide, and looks like it's running away. Good work there by the fielder down at fine leg to make sure that he saves system from conceding a certain boundary there.
Look at the extras that Aga Khan has bowled in this innings. 11 extras. To be specific, 13 extras. Shows you that they haven't really been good containing those extras. But at the moment, King's College BUDO having 85. That shows you that they can do something better for themselves in the tournament. If they try to put up some better score, go to 120 plus score, that will give some hard time to Aga Khan, who are also struggling to mention, having only won 1 game out of the 4 that they have played.
It has been the order of the day that schools that come from the Central Region don't always come up to the party when it comes to the nationals. We've seen it in the girls' nationals, where the teams that came from the Central Region came and struggled all through the tournament. Just takes back to how everything is happening in the region. Maybe the coaching could help them thrive in that region, but when they face opposition from other regions, the schools from that region keep struggling. Sahel Wadwa will come back to ball from the side of the primary school end. 86 for 4 after 13 overs is where King's College Budo stands. But the other games that are happening, we will be giving you quick updates. At St. Louis Sports Ground 2, Masaka is taking on St. John's High School Kauga. St. John's High School Kauga won the toss and opted ball first, and the 56 for 5 is the score there. St. James Secondary School is taking on St. John Secondary School. St. John won the toss and opted to ball first at Canoni Apollo 2. St. James is quickly 35 for 9 after 17.5 overs. The other fixture that is happening is between Kira College Butiki at Good Heart Secondary School from Bugembe. A ginger derby to be specific. Good Heart won the toss and opted to ball first. That game is just happening right close here at Nyakasura 2. And the Boutique is 73 for 3. Squeezing in some dots there. Sahel Uwadwa bowling a good length. I tell you, he's bowling it backward of the length and making sure that he doesn't give them a width and length to work with.
Yeah, he has really been good with the length that he has executed in the afternoon today, given that he has bowled 2.3 overs and only conceded 14 from. And he has really put in hard yards to stop those balls that are really close to him. Some poor fielding there at the deep. Almost the ball going to the boundary, but good job done to still recover the ball and stop it from going to the boundary. Obura Elvis is the lone survivor here, really doing some demolishing work for the opponents, scoring 25 from 30 balls. He has really been silent, only one boundary. He has really dealt in, rotating the strike.
I tell you, we need someone to play around. The team note says that he will have to play around Obura Elvis. He knows losing a wicket here could mean some more pressure for his side, and he's trying to hold the fort for other batters on the other end. Tries to go for a booming drive, but doesn't connect. A dot ball. 4 runs off the over. 14 gone, 90 for 4. This is the annual Boys Schools Cricket Week tournament happening right here at Nyakasura School, and this is the main ground. 2 grounds in this vicinity, just close to each other. A tournament sponsored by Harris International under their product Skyview. Skyview tells you to go extreme, coming in flavors like Skyview Fruity and Skyview Orange. But Uganda Limited will make sure that their scoreboards on every ground are also part of the sponsors of this prestigious tournament. Cricket Uganda putting resources together, and Nyakasura School being hosts for this edition of the Boys Schools Cricket Week, planned there by the association to try and decentralize the game and take it out of the city of Kampala, the capital. Make sure that other people in other regions could also get very, very familiar with this beautiful game of cricket that is full and play down the ground. Good looking show there from Edema Savior, doing the savior role and picking up a boundary there for King's College BUDO. I tell you, for Nate Prashu bowled the first delivery so well, but as soon as he goes full, he is set down to the cleaners.
Yeah, that is one of the deliveries that any batter will be looking for, especially for the bowlers who are really not consistent. You try to look for that lost delivery and tell you it will always come to your aid.
Yeah, the Batibotia drops flying high here in Fort Poto. I tell you, his teammates believe that he's watching the ball. Even though that angle's in, he just doesn't get it to his blade. This time quick, but worked around down to the square leg area. They'll run and just pick up a single.
Oh, 93. Look at the boundary there. Flated delivery doesn't really bounce with it on over. He has all the liberty to free his hands, and he surely does that. Savior to get himself a boundary, much needed boundary.
Yeah, indeed, much needed, but a single there to complete that over. 6 of the over. 96 for 4 after 15 overs is where King's College BUDO stands. Aga Khan winning the toss in this one and opting to have the ball first. We've seen King's College BUDO struggle bowling first. I beg your pardon, struggle batting first. They lost 3 back-to-back games where they batted first in this tournament. We are put on the sweat in the morning by Nyakasura School, failing to chase, and Nyakasura winning that game by 87 runs. Now they come back in a Kampala derby where they believe that it's time for them to try and make sure that they pick up a victory. Sahil Wadwa, backed ball, played up in there, chance to catch. A catch is taken there by Hugh Harrier. And Aga Khan High School pick up their 50th wicket.
Really not so good at the moment for King's College BUDO, but I would say Bura had done a decent job scoring 28 from 34. Having really been silent, now trying to go for big shots. It feels like it is this moment where you have to attack and take on the bowlers. Got that with it on offer and tries to loft the ball in the air. Not so much access. Doesn't really reach on the bounce of the ball and throws his arms around, ending up in the hands of Harrier Hugo.
96 for 5 after 15.1 overs is where King's College BUDO stands.
Branson Amanya, the new batter on Chris, was the batter who really did some good job with the bat in the morning against Nyakasura, having been the only person who scored double-digit figure for King's College BUDO, scoring 15 from 28. Now he comes in to continue with the good work in the afternoon here, taking on Hasil. Oh, this time edged, but will get off the mark straight away. Banson will have to do more of the good work for his side to see that King's College BUDO go past 100 run mark and get those 3-digit figures.
I tell you, King's College BUDO would not care at this time. If I am the coach, I would tell them to go inside and try and swing the bat as much as they can. Played up in there. Another chance to catch. A catch is taken. And another batter there for King's College BUDO departs. But the intent and plan there very clear. Try and make sure that you maximize at this time of the innings. Not connecting quite well, and Rohan Singh takes that catch.
Really, at the moment, King's College BUDO doesn't have. Let's have the replay first. Bowling it wide away of the fourth stump there, outside off. And there goes the wild swing, trying to go over the inner fielders in the inner circle on the offside, but really opening out the face of the bat and skying it in the events. A beautiful take there At the moment, King's College Budo doesn't have anything to lose, having lost 4 games so far. They feel like they have to back themselves up in this game, try to get some win. But Branson will be joined in by Bagonza Arnold. Bagonza Arnold really coming in when things are tough for his side. 67 for 6 is the score after 15.4.
Well, Sahil Wadwa there with 3 wickets already for Aga Khan, and in his name, with good work there being done by him. Another dot ball, back-to-back dots there for Sahil Wadwa, and dot will mark at the end of the 16th over. 97 for 6 is currently the score here at the Nyakasura main ground. It's a Kampala region derby between King's College BUDO and Aga Khan High School. King's College BUDO still searching for the very first victory in this tournament, where they have played 4 games and lost all the games. Whereas on the other end, Aga Khan High School has a victory already in the bag. They'll be just looking at making sure that they pick up another one. But from the region, BUDO looks to be a dominant side, following the fact that they managed to pick up a victory against Aga Khan High School. These two not really competing in their group. Aga Khan have played 4 games, won 1 and lost 3, whereas King's College has lost all the 4 games that they have played. They sit on the bottom of the table, whereas Aga Khan is in position number 6. That is in Group B, where Absoa College Mwiri is topping and Nyakasura is closely following in Group B. And just a glimpse at Group A, Shiri Sajanandi topping with 4 wins from 4 games, 16 points, and followed closely there by St. John's High School Kauga, who are also flawless. They've won all their games. Rohan Singh will now come to ball for Aga Khan High School. He plays for Sidon Lions in the domestic league here in Uganda, and now he comes in from the side of the staff quarters. Bit of a movement there on the surface there from Rohan Singh. Doesn't give the batter anything to play with, just bowling them away from the batter. tell you that's one of the easy wickets that Aga Khan High School have picked up in this innings. A run out could quickly mean that you just freely give out your wicket. Miscommunication between the batters and Aga Khan capitalizes on that opportunity. 98 for 7. A bit of width there, but this time round it will be adjudged right there by the umpire. Rohan Singhi bowling as per that plan, just keeping everything outside off stump. He quite somehow misses his line a bit, but look at that one there. Ball was played, a chance to run was there, because that really went past that man there, Shoaib Majid. But these two batters miscommunicating, and Arwan making easy work there, wiping off those bails. He had to just pick up a double that opportunity, but just went for one run and eventually losing another wicket. The Flamingo leg shot there from Bagonza.
At the moment, King's College BUDO have reached their tail end. Looking at the shots being played at the moment, you could clearly say that few of the batters are left in the dugout. Only now it's the tail end that is batting. Top edge there, tries to go for a pull shot, but won't put that ball away. And with that dot ball brings up the end of over number 17. 9947. Three last overs to come for Aga Khan High School at the moment. 9947 is the score. Looking at the bowling charts here, not so many options that the captain has to do with, but most of the bowlers from Aga Khan have bowled, especially 8 bowlers. We've seen them given chance of bowling.
Aga Khan trying to make sure that they use all their options, but Pranshu Patel, who bowled his previous 2 overs from the side of the staff from end, will change bowling ends, and now he will go up to the primary school end. Starts with a very, very short ball, but the batter there doesn't offer any shot to the upper side. That was missing stumps. Caught in the middle of actions, not sure of what to do at that occasion. Played in the gap, but they keep looking at each other. Eventually, they pick up that single run, and that brings up 100 for King's College BUDO. They feel happy that they have tried to milk some runs here and make sure that they get to a respectable total. 100 up, coming in the 18th.
A really beautiful bowling technique here from Pranshu, rolling his fingers on the ball, making sure that it moves off the surface. Already bowling 2 overs, 2.2 overs, and picking up a wicket. Unfortunately, he has bowled 4 extras.
Played up in the air, chance to catch, and Hugh Harrier gets a catch for his side. Hugh doing a lot of good work there as the captain, trying to make sure that he leads from the front. He completes that catch and gives Aga Khan High School the 8th wicket.
A really beautiful catch there. You couldn't believe that he was going to take that catch. Knew from there a breeze. I wonder why he's not in the side. He seems to have had some injury. But one of the leading run scorer for his side. 8 wickets have fallen for King's College BUDO, and 101 is the score after 17.3 overs. New bat has come onto the crease for King College BUDO. Only 2 wickets left with only 2.3 overs to go to finish this first inning.
Prashu Patel picks up his second wicket in the game. Another half tracker played up in there. Chance to catch. What a catch. I tell you, that is brilliance. I tell you, that was judged so well by Prashu Patel. He picks up yet another wicket, sending back Kangave to the dugout.
Really, I would say a grabbed catch there. You see him really flying up in the air and holding onto the catch, having the replay there. Ball turning to the right-hander, flying in the air and grabbing good on the tiptoes, rather on the tip fingers there, completing a beautiful catch to watch.
I tell you, his teammates like it. But with that catch, the last man from the King's College BUDO dugout will make his way to the crease. 101 for 9, and a hat-trick ball to follow that. The fielder at point standing very close, played backward of the square, and Prashu will miss getting that. Well, that is the replay of that beautiful catch there from Hugh Harrier. It was played up in there, but look at that brilliance there. In too much control, he takes the catch, and I tell you, he really liked it. Played off the body, misjudged there by the fielder on the electric side of the boundary. It should run away. Good work there. The backup's also nice. Manages to save his side from conceding a certain boundary down there at Longo on.
A much needed runs there from Odario. But with that 3 runs brings up the end of over number 18. And the score is 103 for 9.
I tell you, the plan could be here, try and make sure that we play all our overs. One thing I know about this junior cricket is that when you get to these overs, the bowlers are getting exhausted. You can quickly get some extras. So if you could have batters who could just hold and keep in there, it gives you a chance of getting some easy runs. The captain for the side, Hugh Harrier, will now come to bowl the 19th over from the side of the staff room quarters here at Nyakasura School. Balls one outside off stump there, good line and length. Duke has far ball 3 overs, gone for just 12 runs and picked up a wicket. Now he comes back to and make sure that he carries on the good performance he's had for his side so far.
He's really one of quick bowlers you see from their side, and he has started off with beautiful deliveries, beautiful lanes. They are this time round trying to bowl it straight, attacking the stumps, but won't really get the results that you wanted by taken by Odori and Branson. But the wicket keeper, they are guilty for not stopping that delivery for a dot ball.
Yeah, but I tell you, that should be the plan for Aga Khan. They know they are bowling to tailor enders, so they just bowl it stump to stump. They could quickly make mistakes. A bit of an outside edge there. Catch him is the call, but no fielder at slips. These two trying to build a sort of a late partnership here for King's College BUDO, as King's College BUDO keeps milking those runs. And I tell you, for those runs that come in about the 19th, 20th over are always the runs that make a difference in the end of the innings.
Yeah, sure. surely spoken, but more specifically that it's the tail end that is scoring those runs. This time up in the air, the fielder is under the ball and will complete a beautiful catch there. Beautiful take to finish the reign of Odwori, who was cruising in at 4 from 4. But the tail end won't last long, and the innings will have to be brought to a halt at only 106. Beautiful bowling there and beautiful catch all through from the Aga Khan fielders and bowlers.
I tell you, the tile wagged a bit here for King's College Budo, but we've come to the end of the first innings. This match broadcasting live from the Nyakasura main ground, but that's the replay there of the wicket. A bit of a leading edge, a flick-like shoot there, not being connected quite well. A catch is taken, and King's College Budo will be bowled out for just 106 runs in 18.4 overs. Aga Khan High School won the toss and opted to have the ball first. King's College Budo threw some massive hits there. O'Brien Levis making a contribution of 28 of 35. Jagenda Aruna 14 of 5. Mogisha Morris 15 of 24. 17 extras given by Aga Khan, and they stretched to 106 runs here at Nyakasura main ground. 107 is what Aga Khan needs if they had pick up their second victory in this tournament. And if King's College Budo could bowl well at that total, which looks slightly respectable in my opinion, they could pick up themselves a victory here at Nyakasura main ground. But looking at the bowling card there, Sahil Wadwa and Prashu Patel picked up 3 wickets apiece. For Aga Khan High School, Ugaria picked up 2, whereas Saeed Mohitashim picked up just a solitary wicket for his side. This tournament happening since 1986. And this year's edition happening here in Fort Portal City. Well, that's the bowling card there for Aga Khan High School. Jukharia bowled 3.4 overs, picked up 2 wickets at an economy rate of 3.82. Whereas Sahil Wadwa they are bowling 4 overs, conceding just 18 runs, picking up 3 wickets at an economy rate of 4.50. Prashu Patel a bit expensive. His bowled 3 overs, gone for 24, but managed to pick up also 3 wickets in his side. The 17 extras will somehow boost the total for Aga Khan. For King's College Budo. This tournament is currently sponsored by Harris International under their umbrella product of Skyview. Batiball Uganda Limited have also put hands together alongside Uganda Cricket Association to make sure that this tournament happens. That's the match summary there of the first innings. Elvis Opera 28 of 35. Bokisha Morris 15 of 24, and Haruna Jagenda 14 of 5. What a brisk there from Haruna Jagenda. Sahil Wadwa bowled 4 overs, 18 runs, and picked up 3 wickets. Prashu Patel in his 3 over spell, he managed to pick up 3 wickets for 24. Duke Harrier bowled 3.4, picked up 2 wickets, and just conceded 14 runs. We will take a short break here, and we will come back for the second innings of this game. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second innings of this game here at Nyakasura main ground. It's a Kampala regional derby. King's College BUDO up against Aga Khan High School. Ayan Arwan, the wicketkeeper, will open the batting alongside Hugh Harrier. 107 runs from as many as 120 balls is what Aga Khan needs to pick up the second victory in this nationals. They played 4 games, lost 1, and I beg your pardon, won 1 and lost all the 3 other games. On the other side, if King's College BUDO can defend that total, they would have broken that losing streak where they have played 4 games and lost all the games. I tell you, winning and losing are both habits, but King's College BUDO will believe that they have a chance of defending this total. Elvis Obra will open the bowling for King's College BUDO from the side of the staff room. And he starts off with a dot ball. Well, my name is Ivan Cyprian Sajabi here in the comms, and I'm not alone. I'm joined in by Fortunate Ali Juna. Fortunate, welcome back from the break.
Thank you very much, Ivan. The question to be asked at the moment is, how well can Aga Khan High School chase down this total of 107? But the simple thing is, you don't have to let the dot ball percentage increase, and if King's College BUDO has to chase down, rather to defend this score, they only have to do the simple things, not giving extras. They have to be tight with their bowling, and if any chance is given in the air, they have to take any chance that is presented to them. But at the moment, 106 looks to be a fair score to be chased.
I tell you clearly, well, that's not Hugh Harrier, it's Yuvraj Chintu, the opening batter alongside Ayan Arwan. But King's College BUDO and Aga Khan, this game can go either way, because the 106 runs, just something like an intermediate score where you can defend and where you can chase. How they start off proceedings here, Aga Khan, the start they will have will send a very big message on where they complete the innings from. But I tell you, Abraze Hali Mir, one of the batters who have been scoring runs for them, is out of the lineup this afternoon. So I think it gives King's College BUDO an upper chance if they could quickly die with batters like Yuvraj, Ayan, Yug, Rohan. They could quickly pick themselves a victory. Played down to cover area. There is a fielder, and they'll just settle for that run. He doesn't want to go for that overthrow or that powerful throw, because he may quickly give away some free runs there.
Yeah, that's really what they have to do at the moment. You don't have to give up free runs, especially when you've given it your best ball, a very beautiful delivery. You don't have to go for extra runs by overthrows. But at the moment, seeing things really look good for the bowler Obura, who has bowled 4 balls and only conceded 2 runs. But Ayan goes off the mark straight away with a single on the onside. Powerfully struck down the ground, but there is a boundary raider on the onside, and that is the long on, who is almost in the 45 area, 45 region there, 45 yards. Soft touch there, trying to drop the ball for single, but he won't. Beautiful ball there from Obura, who was bowled his first over and only conceded 3 runs. And with that, dot ball brings up the end of over number 1 for only 3 runs gotten from that over. 3 for nose after 1. Ariane will be on strike. And one thing that has to be notable about Ariane Alwani is that he's one of the most aggressive batters in the side. He really tends to go after the ball, hits the ball hard, and his team will really look. He lays his resources if he tries to get runs in the power play where there are only two fielders. Starts away with a pull shot on the onside, will only get one. The spin has been introduced for King's College BUDO. We saw how good spin was for BUDO when they were playing against Nyakasura. They clearly understood that the wicket wasn't really giving that much bounce, so they used the spinners to get the ball hold on the surface.
I tell you, 3 runs coming off the first over in this game would mean that they've gotten themselves to a very good total. I mean, to a very good start. You just have to try and make sure that they keep bowling the good areas, chance themselves to try and make sure that that bowls him right away. Euphraج going for a drive but misses it completely, and that knocks his bells off, and King's College BUDO is already in things as they pick up their first wicket in this total defense.
Magonza Arnold there. Magonza Arnold there with a beauty. Just floats one up in the air, and with no pace on the ball gets much time on the ground on the bounce. And there Yuvraj, guilty of trying to play against the turn, and loses his wicket. 1 wicket has fallen for Aga Khan High School, 5-4-1 after 1.2.
Well, that should be the plan for King's College. Keep calling the good areas, get these wickets as quickly as possible, and make sure that you keep the pressure piling up onto that batting lineup for Aga Khan High School. But I tell you, it's been a very good start for King's College BUDO. Starting with the first over, giving away just 3 runs and picking up a wicket in the second over. And the other wickets in the power play could mean that they will get themselves in things already in quest of the first victory here at the Nationals. Prashu Patel is the new man in. The left-right combination in there for Team Aga Khan.
Yeah, with the new batter on strike, hasn't yet gotten off the mark. I think the moment here will be how good the Aga Khan batters put away slow bowlers, because I'm clearly sure that the batsman, rather the captain for King's College BUDO, will try to use the slow bowlers. But the question is, how good do you play those slow bowlers, given that the wicket is turning and the ball easily gets old, given that it's a carpet? You won't rely on speed. Powerful struck there. Powerful struck from Ayan. Much needed boundary there.
Well, that was so full from Bagoza. Full and on the body line, and it receives the punishment it deserves. The wicket keeper batter Ayan Arwan sends that one away. Picks up the first boundary of the game, and that brings up 10 runs for Team Aga Khan. Well, that marks the end of the second over. And 10-1 is the score for Team Aga Khan.
Having a look at the replay there. Oh, trying to open up the face of the bat to get the ball on the offside. And nowhere close to the bounce of the ball. And it gets clean bowled. I would prefer seeing the batters present the full face of the bat other than slicing and reducing the surface area of the bat, especially when you're playing spin and trying to get on top of the bounce, transfer your body weight into the shot. And those are the basics that have been failing for the youngsters in this tournament.
Another wicket there. Through the gates right away. Prashu Patel not managing to close his blade on that occasion. He is knocked over in the third over. And King's College Budo already celebrate the second wicket here at Nyakasura main ground. Up his first wicket in his second over in this game. The new man in Yug Haria, the captain for Aga Khan, he has been scoring some handed knocks, so he should be looking and thinking at making sure that he bats quite well. But I tell you, King's College is already in things here at this moment of the game. They've already put themselves in a very good position, picking up 2 early wickets and not giving away so many runs. 97 from as many as 17.5 overs is what Aga Khan High School needs if they are to pick up a victory this afternoon here at Nyakasura main ground.
Starts off with the weight. They're trying to look for the Yoka there, but the ball drifting down. That would be a word for the umpire. It's a good start for King's College Budo at the moment, picking up 2 in the power play. They just need to pick up so other wickets if they are to defend 106 that they posted and pick their first victory. But the power play will really determine the course of this game. That's an extra, another weight given. Oh, tries to shy at the stump. But you don't need to give out extras, especially when you're defending a low score. That's a replay of the wicket there. The ball nipping back, getting him rattled there. Ariane there trying to go across and accessing their own field there. They will go for 2. 2 is the call, and they will really get the 2 runs. Good manipulation of the field there. You could really see that he was trying to aim for that on-field initial stepping back and across. Not the short ball that you would send in that position, but his early positioning gives him access on the onside. 2 runs off that delivery. Yeah, better shot there from Ariad. Now he has to do some heavy lifting for his team. He doesn't have to pay dot balls. He just needs to keep the scoreboard ticking in any way possible. Try to get boundary or 2 But most importantly, you have to keep rotating the strike and get pressure to the fielders.
They will need come heads if they are chased this total. This time round, that's played down the ground, but there is the captain, Edward Mugwanya, with a brilliant stop. And a single run is taken. With one part of your prime bowlers be patrolling that boundary, try and make sure that they save you from conceding many.
Yeah, we've seen the captain leading from the front, knowing where exactly the heavy traffic is, and positioning himself in that particular field. We saw him in the morning picking up 2 catches for Nyakasura. Now again going to that long off field.
Touch and go. And Duke Area gets off the mark right away. Chips in a dive there. Ayan Arwani. Just making sure that he makes it to his ground.
Yeah, beautiful communication. Good communication between the two. But the touch from the captain, Raghu, is what really makes things easy. Making sure that he plays with soft hands, knowing that the fielders are well flat-footed. At the 30-yard mark, he only has to drop it with soft hands and rotate the strike. Already 7 runs from this over. Beautiful touch there. Beautiful touch. That will go for a couple. Will it go for the boundary? There was some little bit of touching there from the short fine leg fielder who stops the ball from going to the boundary. Beautiful use of the wrist there from Ariane, getting his team a couple of runs. But with that double brings up the end of over number 3. 19-4-2 is the score. $88 are the runs that are required from 17 overs at a run rate of 5.18. But Vagon's Arnold will continue from the primary school end. Harry Huga is taking charge as a captain from the middle there, trying to make sure that they go past the finishing line. Down the leg, tries to shove across. A little bit of kerfuffle between the two. But they will scamper through for 1. 2 ways indicated by the umpire. But some little bit of miscommunication between Aria and Yagu. Yagu being guilty there for ball watching. Not really communicating with his partner, and almost got himself in an awkward position, finding himself in a run-out scenario. But good enough, he was able to make his ground.
This time round, played up in there. There is a fielder running around it. A chance, but falling in the vacant area. Ayan Arwan manages to pick up that comfortable double. I tell you, he's gotten himself into the game, and he is now the man who is getting runs for the side. So Aga Khan will be wishing that Arwan stays in there. But that delivery there, not the best of deliveries. Any other day you could quickly pay for the price.
Good use of wrist there. The fielder is at boundary, tries to put in a dive. Won't stop that from going to the boundary. Beautiful shot there from Ariane. But most vivid is that the ball are not really giving in. The perfect length there. Especially the lane is of question. Pulling the balls on the body. Turning to the right hand. Look at that. Opening up. And using his wrist to make sure that he beats that sweeper at the boundary to get himself 4-4 for BUDO at the moment, rather for Aga Khan at the moment. 27-2 is the score.
I tell you, the only thing that has been working well for Ian Arwan is that the fact that he is not subtle in terms of hate. He keeps himself down on the ground and makes sure that he gets himself into playing those spinning deliveries. He's really posing so well and showing that he's composing himself into the game. Look at that one there. He takes his time and he plays one to the deep. That good shot. Just a run is taken. But Arwan not happy. I really believe that they could have picked up a double off that shot.
Yeah, sincerely speaking, he isn't happy with his captain, given that Harrias really seems to be a slow runner between the wickets, and Ariane really wanting to take so many runs, but his partner there doesn't seem to be taking doubles. But talking of Ariane being short, one thing that he has really managed to do is move across the crease. He finds himself in a good position to put away some balls. He isn't really flat-footed in the crease. He just shuffles across, moves back and across, moves forward for some shots, and it has really worked for him. Back and across there, tries to go for a big hit, and that's the captain will only get one. This is very good from Aga Khan at the moment, knowing that they only have to get 5 runs in an over, and they've already gotten more than 5. Soft touch there, really soft, beautiful to watch from Marianne, taking the second. The captain caught hanging there, not really aware. Even the captain from BUDO, that ball was really for him, patrolling the field there, but found himself really standing, doesn't even make an attempt to cut off that double. But with that double brings up the end of over 4, number 4, and the score is 32-2.
75 runs to get from 16 overs. Themselves in a very good position there. I tell you, I would feel that Aga Khan have gotten themselves a very good start. And if King's College BUDO cannot devise mechanisms of getting rid of Ian Arwan, this paltry total will be very, very hard for them to defend. But there is a bowling change there for the side as Edward Mugwanya comes to replace Obura Elvis from the side of the staff quarter.
Tries by going through his run-up. Such a tall lad, bowling leg spin. What do you expect of him? He will be getting turn and bounce. Not like Kagonza, who is short. The bounce will be of a vivid difference there. Back foot hit hard, but there is a fielder there at long on, and will only get one, and that is Hugh Harrier, who gets off strike and lets Ariane take charge, who already has 20 from 12. Doing a good job for his team. Now with the ball that is turning away, it wouldn't be easy for Ariane to put away. We know that he loves to play balls that are turning to him. Oh, and he's clean bowled. Really clean bowled. Middle stump hit. Middle stump gone. You can see the celebration there from the captain and the wicket keeper. Ariane really guilty of moving around the crease, leaving the ball, rather the wickets behind him, and gets himself bowled.
I tell you, this was always going to be the plan. Look at that one there. That leg spin just passing in the middle of his legs. Ian Arwan committed himself early to that shot, but just didn't quite execute it well. Edward Mugwanya, the captain, comes in the bowling attack and makes early inroads, getting rid of the dangerous Ian Arwan, who had already gotten himself into the game. I tell you, now it will be pressure shifting ends here. And if King's College Budo could hold their nerve, they could quickly bowl well and put themselves in a winning position.
I feel that the captain has a heavy job to do at the moment, given that most of the batters will be trying to go on the onside. The replay there from different angle, really not sure whether to commit forward or go backward. Finds himself caught up between the middle, and with a big turn on the ball just going through his legs and hitting the middle stump. Beautiful delivery there from the captain Mugwanya. I tell you, the captain will really have a big job to do for his side. Bowling a beautiful leg spin there. The 3-for-3 is the score. And the left-hander comes, and that is Rohan. Now it's much better of a challenge between the two. Leg spinner bowling to the left-hander. It won't be much of a challenge.
I tell you, the fact that Rohan Singh plays some cricket in the Division 1 should be one of the batters that King's College Budo will be looking at to get rid of. I wonder why he loves batting with that chest guard. For all the times I've seen him play, he protects his ribs. One turning away from him. Not sure how he executed that one. I thought he would get them angling in for the left-handed batter.
Speaking of the chest guard, Ivan, most players really enjoy doing their routine, going through their routine. I think it was one thing that he grew up doing and using as a cricket equipment. Like we've seen the likes of Brandon King for Australia, rather for West Indies. Most of the West Indian batters, talk of Shea Hope, talk of Brandon King, they use those rib guards, but we know they are very beautiful pool players of short balls, but they grow up using those equipment, so it becomes part of them and it becomes their routine. So I think it is the same with Rohan Singh at the moment.
Rohan Singh just making sure that he grows himself into the game. Him on another quick fielder, you could have quickly picked up a run out there. But what a fruitful over there from Edward Mugwanya, giving away just 2 runs and picking up a wicket. A wicket of... And after 5 overs, 35 for 3 is the score for Aga Khan High School. Aga Khan High School, on the right in the heart of the city of Cap. One of the schools that I visited twice, but one thing I like about them, they have an international curriculum and a national curriculum for Uganda. So you never know when the holidays are on, because sometimes when the international students are in holidays, the other students of the national curriculum are continuing with their studies. But a lot of good work there being done to make sure that they thrive in the games. They were actually in the East African Games. They took a sport called swimming competition. So they made sure that they support the students into playing this game. And Aga Khan is actually one of the schools that you could quickly invite for a friendly or for a fixture, and you could always show up for that course. Bowling change there as Bukenya comes in to bowl for King's College Budo. Joel Bukenya is the bowling change there. He replaces the spinner Bagoza Arnold from the side of the primary school end. Good line and length there. I tell you, Kwenye hold the future for King's College BUDO. Whereas King's College BUDO is located in a place called BUDO, close to a place called Nagalabi. Nagalabi is a place where they've grown the kings in the Uganda kingdom. But back then, as you hear the name, it was a place where the kings could go and study from. That is cut. Backward of the square, the fielder will give it a chase, but it will have enough legs run away for 4 runs. What a nice looking shot there from Hugh Harrier. Width on the offer, and a cut shot there for a boundary.
Really beautiful cut shot, making sure that he beats it past the point fielder. They are playing it late, but the efforts with which he hit the shot is what makes the difference. When the replay there, Woodton offer really moves deep into the crease, getting much room for himself. Send that ball past the boundary. Really beautiful to watch. Much needed boundary for Aga Khan High School at the moment, putting the score at 40 for the loss of 3 wickets. Only 5.3 overs have been bowled. 3 more balls to go to finish the power play. Another powerful struck cut shot there. He's dealing in cut shot to get boundaries. You don't have to give room for such player, especially after showing you how good he is with the cut shot. Really going deep into the crease and giving himself much time and giving himself more room to play that shot. Really beautiful shot. Having a look at the replay there. Full extension of the arms there. Rolling his wrist through to play that beautiful cut shot. Only the fielder will have to chase to pick it up from the other boundary at the Nyaksura ground. The second ground B, I would say. But much more needed boundary, back-to-back boundary for Hugh Harrier, who is at 11 from 7. He has been so salient, not until he has played those cut shots. This time round, plays with an open face of the bat, trying to access the offside. And poor communication between the two. You can see that they are not really happy about their communication, especially Rohan, who is trying to tell Hugo to really communicate effectively. But that is a dot ball for Bukenya Joel. For 4-3 is the score. Another weight ball there. So many extras at the moment from King's College BUDO. Which extras you wouldn't really love to see. Aga Khan only bowled 17 extras, and at the moment BUDO has bowled 10 extras, not even anywhere near the halfway mark there. 10 extras have been bowled for King's College BUDO, from King's College BUDO, and another weight ball there signaled by the umpire, making a total of extras to be 11 to be specific. And at the moment, Aga Khan High School needs 62 runs from 85 balls. They really seem to be in a comfortable zone at the moment, given that they have less runs compared to the balls left, and still having 7 wickets in hand.
I think that may be fortunate for BUDO is if they could quickly pick up another wicket here and add some more pressure to that batting lineup. But I tell you, the game has shifted already. You could clearly see that Ayuk Haria and Rohan Singh have taken it to the other side of Aga Khan High School. End of the power play, and the 46 for 3 is now the score. Maybe with loosened up fielding restrictions, about 5 fielders allowed patrol the boundary, it could give BUDO a chance of making sure that they could keep some of those balls from running away and try and make sure that they get themselves back into the game. But I tell you, at the moment, it's Aga Khan that are cruising.
At the moment, at this stage of the game, King's College BUDO had only 28 runs for 2 wickets, but BUDO, rather Aga Khan High School, now has 46 runs. You can see the clear difference of 18 runs in the power play. Having lost 3 wickets, the wickets won't matter at the moment, but they are the runs on board that really do the difference. The leg spinner, the captain, Mugwanya, will bowl from the staff quarter end. He had a very beautiful over to pick up the wicket of the dangerous batter Ariane, who had some beautiful cameo, scoring 24 or less than 12 balls. Starts off presenting the full face of the bat, blocking the ball on the front foot. That's a much better way of playing spin. Presenting the bat in front of the pad and to lure out the idea of LBW.
Plays one down the ground. Rohan Singh will rotate straight. I tell you, they are playing with some composure. They know they are not defending. They are not chasing so many. So don't want to get yourselves into any sorts of pressure. Just work the ball around and make sure that you pick up those easy runs. Duke Harrier on strike. Cow corner, long on, long off. Extra cover. All patrolling that boundary. There's another fielder there at deep square leg. As Edward Mugwanya looks at getting rid of another captain. It's now a captain-to-captain contest. A bit full and played down the ground, but there is a fielder. Good work. 1 run is taken. I tell you, this pitch presents conditions that you could quickly find at the BUDO cricket ground. A quick outfield. So you would see that some of these players for King's College BUDO really know how to deal with those balls that are coming quick to them.
Yeah, a quick outfield and a slope at BUDO, and so is at Nyakasura. So they get acquainted themselves, the conditions seeming to be similar. But telling you, even the way how Rohan and Hugo are playing, they really seem to be comfortable playing spin, especially the way how they put runs on the front foot and on the back foot. It really shows you that they look comfortable playing out, especially the leg spinner. But how long can they keep doing this? But at the moment, they're really doing a good job for their team. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Off the back foot, there he goes, trying to get a ball on the offside. No big turn on that ball. Almost kept straight, almost skidding on. And he looks worried about what he did there. A dot ball for Mugwanya. Full face of the bat there, just pushing the ball to covers. Mugwanya is happy to go through his overs. Current run rate is at 4.46, requiring 58 runs from 13 overs. With that, dot ball brings up the end of the 7th over, 49 for 3. Changing bowling action there. New bowler will be coming from the primary school end. That's the leg spinner, Kigonya, who hasn't bowled a ball yet in this inning. We saw how good he was in the Nyakasura's inning. Starts off with a flated delivery. One thing that has been critical with the leg spinners, learning how to control the plate. Most times you find leg spinners bowling short balls and full tosses. Hopefully he can go off with the short balls and the flated deliveries, but good rotation of strike from Rohan. Flated delivery there. Rohan rocks on the back foot, tries to go on the onside. Back of fine leg there, but doesn't really get enough bat on it. It was a loose ball on Yofa, but he couldn't put it away, and will only get 1 run. Loose balls from Chigonya at the moment, not really executing good length and good lanes there. Another flighted delivery, big turn. Gentle touch on the onside, working it on the onside. 2 is the call. And 2 they will get. Good running between the wickets from these young lads. Hugh Harrier and Rohan Singh, making sure that they keep getting runs. Short run is the call from the umpire. And it is the captain who doesn't really finish up the running. Beautiful cut shot there, trying to access the offside. Yes, call for the 2, but they won't get the 2. Beautiful pick up and throw from boundary radar. They are long off. But one thing that really perturbs the fielders is the left hand right combination. You have to keep moving and changing the fielders, and most people find themselves hanging, not really positioned well. Good use of the wrist there. It will beat the inner fielder, but protection at the deep. 2 is the call, and they will scamper through for 2. Beautiful running between the wickets. Really beautiful piece of batting from Rohan and Singh, rather from Rohan, and those are the 2 coaches for BUDO.
Yeah, that's good from Tiava. He really sees that things are not moving his way, but standing with the coach, squatting with the coach from Soga College Mwiri, Joseph Joma Biarhanga, but these 2 were at Mwiri at the same time and won a few trophies there from Soga College. 2 close friends. They were there trying to make sure that they fix out things here, but things don't look so good for King's College BUDO. I tell you, this partnership which is growing between Rohan Singh and Hugh Harrier Might be the reason that's why Wudo may not be picking up a victory. They really need to make inroads here. Because you and Rohan have really set themselves up in the game. A floater play down the ground. I think that was a ball to hit.
Yeah, that was a freebie given to the captain, but doesn't really utilize the free things that are given to him. It turns to be a good ball from Mugwanya. Another extra there from Mugwanya. Too many extras to mention. Already 13 extras have been bowled. Taking the equation at 50 from 12 from 11.5 overs.
Take a shot down to the square leg area and they will take a single. But in the other games that are happening at this time, Nyakasura is taking on, I beg your pardon, Masaka Secondary School is taking on St. John High School, Kauga. Masaka posted 96 for 9 and Kauga is quickly 44 for 4 after 9.4 overs. Shurisa Janandi posted 140 for 6 in 20 overs, taking on Ntare School. Ntare is responding, but they are currently 72 for 5. Kira College Witiki taking on Good Heart Secondary School. Witiki posted 114 for 5, and Good Heart is quickly 45 for 9. The other games that happened in the afternoon, St. John Secondary School managed to beat St. James SS. That's played up in there, chance to catch. But the wicketkeeper will not get to that one. I tell you, the victory for St. John Secondary School this afternoon has displaced Nyakasura from the second place. And I tell you, when St. John faces Nyakasura, it will be a do or die, because whoever wins that game is like a finish second in that Group B. That's played down the ground, coming quick to the fielder. They will only take a single. One thing that is not working out for them is that they've lost their morale and body language. These fielders of King's College Budo could try and back themselves up. They could quickly get themselves into the game.
Speaking of picking up morale, that could only come if they pick 2 wickets quickly. But at the moment, they see things aren't turning out as they would have loved, given that there is a resilient partnership growing. Beautiful drop there. Beautiful drop from Hugh Harrier. But with that, dot ball brings to an end of the 9th over, 60 for 3.
That 9th over being bowled brilliantly well. Just 3 overs given away by Edward Mugwanya. If they could squeeze in some tight overs. 47 from as many as 11 balls, 66 deliveries. This game can shift either way. The quad run rate 6.67. I beg your pardon, 4.27.
The leg spinner will continue from the primary school, and that is Kigonya George, who has only bowled 1 over and conceded 8 runs, having bowled 1 wide. Now he will continue from the primary school end with the left hand on strike. Rona Singh having bowling with 5 boundary raiders, deep extra covers. Up, tries to come down the track and hitting on the onside. No ball is the call. That will be a reprieve for Aga Khan High School. So many fielders have been at the boundary.
Yeah, King's College Budo using 6 fielders. No ball call there from the umpire. Need to make sure that they work on that setting, or else they may keep giving away many. I tell you, King's College Budo does not afford to give away extras at this moment in the game.
No base to call. 4 fielders at the boundary. Deep extra covers. Deep covers. Long off, long on. Hits hard and the captain will stop it for only one. Good enough, it was a free hit, but it's put down. But only 1 run they will take. Beautiful batting here between these 2 batters. Rohan having 10, Hugo having 16, having 17 from 27, making sure that the ship is steadily led to the safe shores. Floppy fielding there, really floppy, and even bounce that wasn't anticipated. Beautiful shot there, loose delivery, ball on the body. Almost going for your weight, but Rohan really seizes the opportunity of sending it to the boundary, and he does much needed boundary for Aga Khan High School at the moment. Already 7 runs in only 2 balls. This time Apish floated in the air, sliding on. And they will take 1 more run. Good batting. The equation is now reduced to 39 from 10.3 overs. And Aga Khan at the moment really seem to be aiming for the gold. If they win this game, they would have gotten their 2nd win of the tournament, having played 4 and only won 1. If they do win this, they would have gotten themselves 8 points, winning 2 games out of 5. Flighted up in the air and will only hit it with gentle push on the on. Beautiful technique there. Really sees flight on. Look at the replay there. Down, almost a weight, and just gets it. Faina to get that boundary, much needed. Loose delivery there, it was from Kigonya. Not too tight with the lanes that he's bowling to. Straight covers has been put in place, trying to stop that single that has really been picked up so often in that gap. Tries to go for a big sweep shot along the ground to pick up another single. Good batting between Rohan Singh and Yug Harrier, having 15 runs and 18 runs respectively. Shortish delivery up in the air, and it will beat the inner fielders. Trying to go for boundaries. Beautiful stop from the fielder there, who's put in some quick running. And to limit hurry up to only 2 runs from that shot. But taking the total to 70 runs from 70 runs from 10 overs. Sorry, that will make it 72 from 10 overs for the loss of 3 wickets.
Well, we've come to the halfway of the innings here at Nyakasura main ground. That's why they are right in your frame. Took his time to play that shot, but just managed to dab it into that vacant area. These fielders somehow kept looking at each other, but in the end managed to save the side from conceding a sort of a boundary right there. This is the 11th over of the game, and the captain there bowling some floaters to Rohan Singh. For just joining in, it was Aga Khan High School who won the toss and opted to bowl first. Limited King's College to just 106 runs in the first innings of the game. But this tournament is proudly sponsored by Harris International under their brand of Skyview. But Uganda Limited and Uganda Cricket Association putting hands together to try and make sure that this tournament happens. Nyakasura being the hosts for the very first time in history, and for the very first time we've seen this tournament coming to the western part of the country. 34 runs from 9.3 is what Aga Khan needs to bounce back to winning ways. King's College BUDO just searching for the first victory. They've been put on the sword in their 4 opening fixtures, and somehow you would feel that they have a chance of winning this one given the total they have posted this afternoon, but the defense not going their way. Some partnerships have really been troublesome for them, and the midfield there will give away another boundary and reduce the deficit to just 30 runs. I tell you, King's College BUDO cannot afford giving away these many easy runs because they are not working out with a very big total.
Looking at the relentless partnership between the two, that is Yug Harrier and Rohan Singh, posting up a mammoth partnership of 40, the highest partnership so far in the game, second highest, almost beating that of BUDO where they posted 46. Now the partnership is at 40, having Hugo contributing 17 and Singh contributing 16. You can see that they are trying to make sure that they drive the ship to the safe shores. Look at the replay there. Flighted delivery, no bounce on it. Full lashing onto the ball. And floppy fielding. Oh, the ball going through his legs to pick up a much deserved boundary. Another flighted delivery down the leg it will be, and a wide will be called. So many wades bowled here. Too many, 16 to be specific. Beating that of Aga Khan in the first innings. We saw Aga Khan only bowling 17 extras, and now they're only 1 extra shy from equaling the extras that they have been bowling. But that will bring up the end of over 11, and 80 for 3 is the score.
Edward Mugwanya, the captain for King's College, will finishing his quarter, giving out 15 runs and picking up just a solitary wicket. The wicket of Ayan Arwan, who got himself set in the game already. 27 from 9 overs is what Aga Khan High School need to pick up a victory this afternoon here at Nyakasura main ground. I tell you, the body language there from King's College BUDO clearly sends a message that they have started conceding to defeat. what could quickly change for them is if they could get some 2 quick wickets here, get rid of Yuk Harrier and Rohan Singh, they will chance themselves to pick up a victory. The first one in this edition. George Chugonya back to ball. Starts with the dot ball there. Every dot ball at this time of the innings comes as goldie dust for the side.
And looking at the dot post here, with the required run rate being just 3.6 and over, don't think that even so many, rather only one dot ball will do anything. They will need to get three maidens if they are to go on. What a powerful shot there, really powerful, but there is protection in the sweeper. If they are to get those dot balls, really do some meaningful work, they have to get 3 maidens in a row. But at the moment, a 3.06 required run rate wouldn't be much of a challenge to Aga Khan High School. Hit hard, struck hard, fielder running in and will not stop that from going to the boundary. 4 runs added the total. And it's the captain, Hugh Harrier, who is getting runs sticking for his team. Really much needed boundary at the moment. Having a look at the replay there, down almost, pitching way outside leg stump. And again short, just gets all the leverage he wants and hits it with power over the boundary. This is much better delivery there. If you see the wagon wheel for Aga Khan batters, most of the runs have been on the onside. That means most of the bowlers have really bowled much innovative shot there. Really innovative. The reverse shot there from Hugh. Doing so much work for this side. I tell you, Ivan, I haven't really seen so many of these shots in this tournament, but watching them being played at the moment gives me joy and see how interesting the tournament is. A lot of excitement. This time hit hard. Nobody to stop that. It will go all the way to the boundary for 6. Big shot there from the captain.
I tell you, it's getting all over for King's College BUDO. Another one played straight. I tell you, that 6. Very nice with some bit of finesse into it. That is the dugout there for Aga Khan High School. Of course, being coached by Kiza Jonathan. That's the replay there, played up in the air and just manages to clear that boundary. It falls in the dugout and they celebrate it. Look at that one there. But I beat a shot there for the Skyview Teardrops and the Batable Uganda Teardrops, sponsors in this edition of the Boys Schools Cricket Week. Well, that 6 reduces the deficit to just 14 runs from as many as 8 balls, and after 12 overs, the score stands at 93 for a loss of 3 wickets.
With the captain finishing his spell, there will be a change in bowling. Spinner introduced from. Oh, beautiful shot there. Beautiful struck. And we'll only get 1. They are trying to go for 2. The new bowler, Bagonza, who was bowling from the primary end, now has to bowl from the staff quarter end. Starts away with a dot, rather with a single, bringing the equation to only 13 from 7.5 overs. Current run rate being at only 1.66. Shot. Powerfully struck there, but straight to the fielder. Won't get anything from that. Opening up the face of the bat there, trying to go on the offside. But unlucky for him, the ball was straight to the fielder. More so the captain, who has been really good with his fielding. 13 runs required from 7.4 overs to make sure that Aga Khan pick up their second win of the tournament. Beautiful shot there on the offside. Will get only one. Tries to go on the back foot there to create room for himself and drive it forward. Hugh Harrier has 38 runs from 30 balls, has really done and led from the front for his team, accompanied by Rohan Singh, who has 19 runs from 23 balls, making sure that they keep the scoreboard ticking, making sure that they don't lose their wicket. Look at that commitment. It shows you that he is here to stay and making sure that he gets past that finishing line. He doesn't mean the dot ball at the moment. He's not in a hurry of getting runs. He will only have to look for the loose ball.
Rohan Singh, 19 of 24. Yug Harrier, 38 of 30. Captain's innings there for Yug. They've made themselves into the game. Tries to play it on the onside. That rubs the pants. But the umpire says that was clearly missing stumps. 12 to get from as many as 7.1 overs. King's College Budo, somehow they had it, but somehow they are throwing it away. Another down the leg there for an extra. And that will reduce the deficit to just 11 runs.
So many extras we have seen in this game, so it won't surprise you to see more extras. But that would be to a disadvantage to King's College Budo. Beautiful drive there, pushing his arms. Poor communication between the captain and Rohan. The captain caught ball watching. Not the first time he has done that. But with that single brings up the end of the 13th over, 9-7 for 3. Aga Khan only needing 10 runs from 7 overs. Only a maximum and boundary to finish the inning. But if King's College Budo is to get a win, they will have to pick up 7 wickets in the 7 overs left, which is a big question to ask at the moment. The equation now is tending to be one-sided in favor of Aga Khan High School. Leg spinner will continue from the primary end. That is none other than Kigonya George. Kigonya George, who has bowled 3 overs and conceded 33. He has been really expensive. Almost 10.3 per over. Rohan there is really doing a good job for his team, making sure that he waits for the loose delivery to put away. He wouldn't mind getting dot balls at the moment. He will only look for that loose delivery as he has always done. Tries to advance down the track, but the bowler really executing tight lane there, bowling it straight, making sure that he doesn't get a run. Apish this time round on the knee, tries to go on the offside point to stop that ball. Beautiful shot, I might say. Good use of the wrists. With no pace on the ball, that limits the ball for only one. He would have really gotten more runs, but only gets one. Beautiful rotation of the strike. 9 runs needed from 6.3. Now the big hitter, the captain, Hugh Harrier, is on strike. Oh, this time round, tries to hitting against the turn, trying to do things so easily, trying to get the job done in this over. That is the captain. This time straighter, and that is straight as an arrow. He'll get the much deserved boundary. 4 runs to his total, making it 42 from 32 balls. There the captain giving in a captain's knock. Look at the replay there. Pit stop delivery, just picks up the lane early and just does the rest with the bat. The same time he has hit the ball in the perfect position there. He's really strong on hitting straight. And that single brings up the end of the 14th over, and score is 102 for 3. Only 4 runs required. Let's see Aga Khan go past the finishing line. Cutters of the 2 batters who have been really resilient, who have really done the heavy job for their team, putting on a mammoth partnership of 70. That is Rohan Singh and Hugh Harrier. Harrier contributing 40 and Rohan contributing 21. Only 1 shot shy to the finishing line. Oh, beautiful touch there. Touch and go. 1 run from the captain. Going to 44 runs from 34.
One thing that Aga Khan has done so well in this game is killing King's College BUDO softly. They've been getting the runs here. And now they're just 3 runs from picking up a victory here this afternoon. 104 for 3 after 14.1 overs. I feel that Akan is at the brink of picking up a victory. Well, let's play down the ground. But they'll just take a single, not putting themselves on any sorts of pressure because they feel that they already have this victory in the bag.
They really don't need to go for uncalled 4 runs, knowing that they only need 2 runs now from 5.2 overs. You really try to make sure that he plays not out. That is the captain. Hits hard down the ground and will pick up another single. Another fielder in the field there.
But in the games that will be broadcasted live tomorrow at this very ground in the morning, St. John Secondary School will take on Masindi Secondary School, rather Shirisa Janandi School, Uganda will take on Masaka Sek in the afternoon. Those games will both be broadcasted live to you. So make sure that you subscribe to the Uganda Cricket Association YouTube channel, turn on notifications, and make sure that you don't miss out anything. 7 days running here in Fort Portal City. We will be making sure that we give you the updates and the stories of everything as it unfolds here in this beautiful tourism city. Just a run for Aga Khan to pick up a victory. Rohan Singh really knows that they are very, very close to victory. Producer delivery is there. He is not. You would feel that maybe at this time he decided to play test cricket, but that dot ball will mark the end of the over. 15 overs gone, And 106 for 3 is the score for Aga Khan High School. That is the dugout there for Aga Khan High School. Shoaib Majid, Kisa Jonathan, former at Chambogo College School, where I represented that school at the Nationals. They're doing a lot of work, coaching, of course, working with the Central Regional Hub. See, that one raising up the hand is their patron, Andrew. A few weeks ago, he was in Kakamega with their swimming team. One thing I know about the patron for King's College and the patron for Aga Khan, both of them support Liverpool. But in this match, one had to put the other to the sword. And I tell you, Andrew now ahead of Kamia, going on with those celebrations. They will come to ball the 16th over of the game, and it's just a run for Aga Khan High School to pick up a victory here at Nyakasura main ground. Make sure that you subscribe to the Uganda Cricket Association socials so that you don't get updates on the many things that are happening. The Victoria Pearls in just a few days will be heading to Namibia to participate in the Africa Finals. The Victoria Pearls is the senior women's team for Uganda. But with that wide, that will mark the end of the match. Aga Khan High School picking up a 7 wickets victory. Kangave just going wide, and a victory for Aga Khan High School. King's College BUDO are now winless in all the 5 games that they have played here at the Nationals. Whereas on the other side of Aga Khan, they've played, this was their 5th game where they have won 2 and lost 3. But they will be happy to find themselves back to winning ways. Happy faces for Aga Khan. Commiserations for King's College BUDO. This is the annual Boys Schools Cricket Week. Well, that's the batting card there for Aga Khan High School. Yuvraj Chintu Vaswani, 1 off 6 before being bowled by Vagonza. Ayan Alwani, 20 off 13. Prashu Patel, just 1 off 3, but Yukaria rose up his hand to get counted. A captain's innings unbeaten at 45 off 35. Rohan Singhi also supporting him in a solid partnership of 22 off 33. Generosity from the King's College side, giving away 22 extras. And in the end, Aga Khan High School picking up a victory. Match summary for the game. Aga Khan won the toss and opted to bowl first. Limited King's College BUDO to just 106 runs. But Elvis Obura, 28 off 35, they are batting for King's College BUDO, supported by Mogisha Morris, 15 off 24. Jagenda Aruna with a brisk 14 off 5. But in the bowling card there for Sahil Wadwa with 3 wickets in his 4 over spell, where he's gone for 18 runs. Prashu Patel has bowled 3 overs, whereas the captain taking up conceding just for runs. And in response, the captain still rose up his hand in that chase, scoring 45 of 35, supported by Rohan Singhi, 22 of 23. But another brisk from Arwan Ayani got Aga Khan High School to a very solid total. 1 wicket apiece for Elvis Oburi, Edward Mugwanya. But eventually, King's College BUDO not managing to defend that paltry total. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of match day 4 of this tournament. And I have to remind you that this tournament is sponsored by Harris International under the Skyview brand, Uganda Cricket Association, BUDO Uganda Limited. And make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Make It Cricket Uganda. We will be back tomorrow.